Welcome back to my channel Annijuuti Knits. My name is Annina, and in today's episode we are talking about WIPs, and we are going to have a little look into my baskets of WIPs and all the bags that I have. So hold on. Let's get started. How do you know that you have too many works in progress? I think the answer to me is that when you run out of project bags. And I'm in that situation where I have run out of project bags. But before we get started, I want to ask you a question and I want you to answer, and no cheating. How many works in progress do I have? How many WIPs do I have? Comment below, add a number and your favorite emoji. So before we continue any further, stop the video or type while you're watching, what's the number of my WIPs? That's the question for today. Okay. This filming was happening in a whim. I just came home from work. I got soaked. My hair is a mess, but I decided that I don't care. I just changed into a dry shirt, and I thought that we can manage today with little damp and awful hair. As you saw in the beginning, those two baskets and the table, those contains all the WIPs that I have, and I hope I haven't forgotten any of them anywhere. But that's all I have, and this is not a well thought video. This is not a very good planning on my side, but I decided that I will film today now that I'm home alone. My family is away, and I have some time on my hands, so I will film. It's been pouring, and now it's the sun is shining, and I don't know how well the quality of the colors or the video is turning out, but let's not worry about that and start from my pile. I haven't pre-organized any of my bags, so I was just thinking that we can just pick a bag and then start from there. And I'll start from the bag or the basket that's usually on the bookshelf on my left, and those WIPs are the ones that I haven't been actively working on. And I will just take a bag and start pulling from it. My plan is I have a few design ideas in my head, and I have a couple of things in testing. I have the Lotus Lake tee, what I'm wearing, and also the Tankar sweater has also now in testing. And I will put a picture here. I have this little mood board or design board that contains some designs that I want to make, and I have swatch, I have the yarn, I have everything, but I just don't have the mental capacity because I have so many things on my needles at the moment. If you've been here before, you know that I accumulate a lot of WIPs, and I have learned to focus on certain things in the last 6 months or so. And I thought that I will take this elimination technique that if I have just small projects or projects that are nearly finished, I will start working those, and then I will just get them out of the way and let's start counting. So this is WIP number 1, and they are not in any particular order. They are the Scrappy woolly leggings that I have, and they are almost done. I am now working. I've actually taken a needle tip here. I need to finish up these legs, and I think this would be a task for 1 or 2 nights. So this is definitely going into close to being finished pile. So those Scrappy leggings, I'm not going into too many details for these projects, because I've talked about all of these projects in my previous episodes, and I hope you I hope you can go and watch those if you are interested in those particular projects. But these Scrappy leggings haven't been touched in a couple of months, but they are nearly done. And the second project in this forgotten pile, I bought this fun fabric, and I've turned it into a couple of project bags, so you will see this fabric this episode quite a few times. So item number 2 is almost finished design. This is the Amidala sweater, and it is a fall winter design. It is made with Jalovilla Uuhi yarn, which is a Finnish breed yarn. The darker color is a natural black, which actually is a brown, and then the yellow one is dyed. But I was supposed to do this for my brother. It turned out too big, and I just didn't do it. But this is something that I should just write up and finish one sleeve, and it would be good to go. And I was thinking, after the test knit for the Tankar sweater, I could put this thing into testing, because I have nearly finished the sample. So this is also going into soon to be finished pile, or it could be quickly finished if I wanted to. Now I didn't put it back into the bag. And then we have here, what do we have? Oh, this is the most, this is the most, not the most, this is the longest standing WIP. I've started this, I think, almost nearly, I can't remember if it was January 2021. So that would make it 2.5 years. Yeah, probably that's correct. 2.5 years it's been here sitting. I finished the color work. This is the Pohjolan Emäntä sweater. I had some trouble with this project. I made some of the body, and my tension was different from the color work. I had to rip back, and I think I've done now, this is, I don't remember if it's in the back or the front, or it doesn't really matter, but I have like 10 centimeters done. There's a dropped stitch there, actually. I need to put a stitch marker. I have dropped a stitch. Let's save it. So yeah, I adore this pattern. I adore this yarn. I just don't want to work flat. And I don't know, maybe it was because it was already done to a certain point. I had to rip back, and it's been so long. This is not the first project that I'm going to tackle, because it still has quite a bit to do. It's the Pohjolan Emäntä sweater by Jenna Kostet, and it will be lovely. It will be amazing. I just need to tackle this project, but not not in my nearest future. Do I have something else there? I don't think so, actually. There's just some random yarn. I need to have a look. Well, actually there is one project, and it is my safe space blanket. I managed to do one column last December. It was an Advent project, and you need to go and watch those episodes too if you don't remember. I had a bad experience with my Advent, and this project has a bad memory attached to it. I don't want to rip it out because I feel like if time goes by, I will enjoy working on it again. But it's not the time now to tackle this project, so it will go back into the bag. And those were all the longer standing WIPs, and so that was number 4 projects so far. I have 2 on the table because I don't have bags for them anymore, I've run out of bags, and that's bad because I'm a seamstress. I have a lot of bags, and I'm currently making some bags, but I just don't want to add any more in now that I have a million of them here. Now these are more recent WIPs because they've been here on the top of my pile, and I've been working on them lately. This you've seen if you've been here before, and here is my swag sweater. It's a beautiful, beautiful design by Caitlin Hunter, and this is something that I'm planning on finishing this fall, but I think this will be an ongoing WIP. I'm not going to push this because it's a fingering weight sweater, and I think I don't want to force it. I just want to make it when I feel like it. So this will be on the side. I will be working on it slowly and steadily, and it'll get done at some point, but it's not going into the urgent pile. So this was WIP number 5. WIP number 6. I hope I'm not rushing too much. I still have a lot of work to do this evening now that I'm alone and I don't have anyone to take care of, and I get to wake up in peace tomorrow morning. So I will just quickly go through all these things. I hope it's still enjoyable to watch, and we'll make this into a not too long of an episode. Last time I podcasted, I promised to show you this project when it's finished, but it's not finished yet. I had this with me on our holiday last week. We were traveling 5 days with our family, and it was surprisingly warm for a Finnish summer, and this is just too big. I couldn't bear to hold this in my lap. It was too hot, too big, and this is the Coastland shawl. It is quite close being finished. Since I last showed you this, I have done, I think, 3 pattern repeats. Let's move this marker now so I have something to reflect on. So yeah, this is the Coastland shawl. It is currently being tested, except that my testers don't have the whole pattern because I haven't written it all the way through. But it's worked with linen quill, and this is the colorway Honey Pink, I believe. And it's a joy to work on, and I am planning on finishing this also very soon. So this will go into the finish in the next, or finish soon pile. That's there. And then what else? Oh, that I probably will save for the last one. This is a new WIP, and it's the West Knits mystery sock along. So if you don't want to see that, then I don't want to force you to. So I will just show that in the end, and I will give a warning if you don't want to see that project. I lost my count. I think I showed you already. How many? 6? Did I already show you 6? From now on, I will just add numbers because I forgot how many things I have here. The next project hasn't grown any at all. I've actually even stolen the needles. So here's the socks that I'm working for my husband. They are the Twin Peaks inspired socks, and they're all tangled up. My phone battery is running low, so I hope we can do this before it dies. So yeah. These are the socks I'm working for my husband. The heels are done. The foot is coming along, but I stole the needles because I need it for another project. This is also going to be in the near future pile. I think I'm gonna go and write myself a list of those projects that are nearly done, and I think I will do like boxes, and then I will just tick them off the list. All right, this is an ongoing big project that I have kept on the top of my pile, because this is something, if I don't know what I want to make, this is something that I'm working on. So last time I had done this white stripe, so I've started adding another color. It's a combination of two reds, a darker one and a brighter one, and I'm just using all kinds of scraps and holding everything to a DK weight. So some yarns I'm holding double, some yarns I'm just holding on their own. And this bag is also made by me, and it is holding the yarn, or some of the yarn, and this still fits into the bag. But I believe that will be a project for the rest of the year. I think it will take some time to actually finish because it's a big project. And then what's next? I have more yarn for the blanket. It's too much. It doesn't fit. All right, another project, another bag. This is actually some fabric that my mom has weaved, and I think she was very young, so she has done this at least 40 years ago. And I made 3 bags out of that fabric, one for my mom, one for my sister, one for me. So we all have these, and I asked my friend to embroider these letters for all of us. The next project is a sock. Do I have a blocker here? Yes, I do. Let's put it on the blocker. These are my favorite sock blockers. They are made with recycled plastic, and it's a Finnish brand called Sukkablokki. And yeah, it's a fun project. This is something that I have already worked in May. I finished one sock in May and then I did it. These socks will become a part of my fall of socks sock along, and it will be a knit along for my socks. If you remember from last year, I did a sock knit along for 2 months, and I published 3 new patterns, and I'm planning to do that same thing this year. I already have planned or designed all those patterns. I just haven't worked the samples yet. This will be the first pattern that I will write up, and then it will become the first pattern for the fall of socks knit along. These are the plumage socks, and it's worked with Camijo Knits yarn in a colorway Camijo's favorite mug, and it's beautiful. So there's some lacy faux cable kind of pattern, a slip stitch toe, a slip stitch heel flap, and some ribbing on the back, and it continues to the cuff. So I've had this idea for a couple of months already, but I've just had so many projects that, yeah, I just have too many things. But this will go into the work next pile, because this is definitely going to be worked soon. And here is actually a bag with just yarn. I planned making a pair of socks for my aunt, and I already pick out the colors. And yeah, I just haven't started them, so I'm not counting this as a WIP because it's not started, it's just waiting for its turn. Talking about socks, there's another started pair, and these are all with these huge tangles of yarn, and as you might be able to tell, I am using these stitch cords all the time, the barber cords. Not all of them are barber cords, but this blue set is. And here is a pair that I started. There is this little start, and I was trying out a new pattern idea, but it didn't really show. So I think I'll just rip back a couple of rows and make these into a regular pair, or I'll just change the pattern, but that's also another WIP. This bag is made by my good friend Marika, and it's beautiful mustardy colors. Those socks probably won't go into that work soon pile. And then here is another recent start, or a recent cast on. It hasn't grown since I showed it. It's the very beginnings of the Kuutar top in black, because I want to make one for work. I opted for a stockinette back because no one will see it. It's always going to be under a cardigan or a button-up shirt, and we need to wear black at work, so I just wanted to make something something knitted so what I can wear at work, and I decided on the Kuutar top. I have lost count completely. I don't know. Are we already past 10? Probably we are. Let's move on. There's still plenty to go. The next project you haven't seen in a while, and this is actually something that I really want to start working on again, because I want to have this product, this finished item, because it's going to be so fun. I lost mojo. I actually worked this project until here, I think in a couple of days, but then I had some sleeve issues. I had to rip back the sleeves a couple of times. But this is a ranunculus sweater, and I am working this with an odd combo. This is Sandnes Garn Tunline with woolly knit British wool. So very random. This was one of those things that I just wanted to use stash. I had these yarns at home, and I think it's actually creating quite a nice fabric. And I can imagine wearing this throughout the whole year. It works for the winter, it works for the Finnish summer also. And I am just past, I think I'm on the waist level, but I wanted to work on the sleeve first. I first made an elbow length sleeve, it was too big. I am now making, I think, 3/4 length sleeves with an I-cord, so it cinches in like the pattern actually suggests. I don't make the short rows in the front when I'm making the ranunculus. This is my third one, because I just don't like anything high up on my neck. So I just made short rows on the back, and I left the short rows in the front out because I just didn't want to make them. Maybe you can see in the video, this is such an odd color combo. It is, let me see if I can bend. I have here the colors. So this Tunline is the colorway, I have no idea. I think it was something terracotta something, but it is the colorway 2734. It's this orangey nude color. And then I have the Harvest colorway in the British wool, which is very yellowy, and it's a bit variegated yarn color. But I don't think this is also, I don't think this will be one of those fast knits, because I think I'm going to focus on the small ones first, but I don't think this will take too long. So maybe now that my bigger sweaters are off the needles, I could whip this up and have a beautiful ranunculus to wear. So yeah, that's my ranunculus sweater. And I think we are somewhere on the 13, 14 something WIPs mark. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. Let's see what these bags hold. All right, in this bag, can you guess it? It's a pair of socks. Of course it's a pair of socks. I have a million pairs of socks on the go. That's also really, it's not demotivating, but I think it's frustrating when you have so many things on your needles and you just want to focus on new designs, and then you have a million things here. All right. Painting brick socks. Beautiful, bright. Yeah, it has a folded cuff. And it's long. I think it's like 50 rounds for the ribbing. And yeah, there's two problems. The cuff is extremely long and it takes ages. And then I could have gone up a needle size for these socks because the battery again. We need to wrap this up quickly. So it's a bit tight to wear. I don't know if I can wear these myself. I may have to find another foot for these socks because it's just very uncomfortable to put them on. Even though these colors are I really wanted these happy bright socks, but they are unfortunately a little bit too tight for me, so I may have to give those to someone else. But I haven't worked on those. I think those could go into the finish soon pile. And then what do we have here? Okay, this is definitely one of those finish ASAP pile. I'm thanking myself for putting notes to my Ravelry project pages. This is something that I've actually started doing, I think, late last year, but it's really helpful when you're ripping out all the needles. Maybe I should have more needles. No, I should definitely have less of these projects. So here is a headband that I was just very determined to make. I think it was January or February. It's the same lace that I have on my Caramel Fox socks. Maybe I should come closer. It doesn't really show when it's so black, and it's not black. It's very dark gray, but you can't really see it. I'm holding double yarn from the West Wool, I think. I don't have the label now here. It was a gift. It's a beautiful yarn, and this is definitely one evening worth of knitting. So definitely into the finish soon pile. I know inside this bag there's also one that is not very far off. This is a pair of mittens. This is the Silmot. Wow, it looks so beautiful with my watch. Silmot mittens. This is a pattern by Suvi Lyytikäinen, and I have done the cuff for the second one, and I just should do the hand portion of it. It's worked with 3.5mm needles with Novita 7 veljestä yarn, and I was testing this pattern for her, and I just made one, and then I forgot the rest, and it's still here on the bottom of my pile. So definitely one of those projects that are one evening away from being done. So I think I should really just work on those things and half the number of my WIPs, because I really need to get that WIP count down so that I can feel more inspired to work on my new designs. Last project on the bottom of this basket, and then I have two there. I really don't think I've never shown this to you. Maybe once, I don't remember. It's been here for a while. I don't know if I will rip it out. That would be a quick and easy end to this project. I had an idea and I'm not sure. I should just put it on the cable, or not cable, this cord, so that I can see if this idea works or not. It's basically a collar and then some short rows, and there's this stitch pattern coming out also, but it is a folded collar. And the yarn is again linen quill. I got this from Mega from Skeins of Dreams. She very generously sent me some yarn to pick up my mood after all the struggles that I had with my yarn advent things. And this is a beautiful color. This is the mustard, I think. Well, you all know this colorway. This is the most beautiful yellow, mustardy yellow color. I don't think I'm going to rip this out, but it will have to wait because I have so many other things I need to work on, or I want to work on. So what was that number? Maybe 17? I don't know. And then 3 more things. I'm not going to go into much of details with these. These are just strappy socks. Last I showed you, I was just about to start the heel flap. I didn't work on them on my holiday because I just didn't want to. No, actually, this is the reason why I didn't work on it. Last Tuesday, when we went on the holiday, on Monday evening, I cast on a sweater for my nephew. You have not seen this before. This is a new WIP. If you follow my Instagram, you've seen it. But this is a sweater. It's a vanilla sweater for my nephew. I've also already made one for his sister, and I really want to make them sweaters for the fall, for the starting of the schools. And now I have a month to go before not even a month, 3 weeks before the school starts. So I wanted to make him a sweater. And now that I was in the Jyväskylä Knit Festival and I bought a lot of new sock yarn, I had an idea of a scrappy sweater, but I didn't quite have enough. My nephew's favorite color is orange. And now that I had some leftovers from my tanka sweater, which is a perfect orange, I decided to choose 2 sock yarns that I had that matched really beautifully, and then combine it with the leftovers of my tanka sweater. So we'll see how far I get with my plan. I think I used 270 grams of yarn to his sister's sweater. I have more than enough, but I don't know in which part of the sleeves I will have to change into the solid orange. But here it is. So I've marled those 2 fingering weights together, and I've used the BFL sock for these ribbings. I think they work together very nicely, but I know that I don't have enough of these 2. For the whole sleeves. So I think I'm just going to weigh these and wind them into 2 equal balls, and then I haven't picked up the sleeves yet. I just put the needle on one sleeve. Okay, here we are, 1 hour later. My battery didn't last until the end. I was so close. So what I said, I will wind the remaining sock yarns into 2 little equal balls, and I will continue the sleeves as long as I have yarn. And then I have plenty. I have these two, and then I have some more of this orange BFL. So I will then, I think I have to color block a little bit with the orange, but I think it will be fine. I think those colors are so similar that it will look nice either way. So I wait that I have enough yarn to finish this project, and I don't have to add any more different yarns, so that I can finish up that project. Good news was that now that I had to take an hour break, I managed to do one job, and I got to tick that off my list. Now that I've been home for my family left yesterday morning, and they are coming back tomorrow evening, so I'm working 3 days, but I have 3 evenings for myself. Not quite 2 evenings and 2 mornings for myself. So even though I'm working, I think I can be quite prolific with my admin with all the knitwear designer admin, because the holiday, even though I had my computer with me, it wasn't the best time to do the stuff that I needed to do. So I still have some work to do today, but I really want to finish this video up. It's nearly 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, and I have a good 5 hours to myself. I have some laundry on the go, so I need to go and put that in the dryer once it's finished. But I still have one last project here, and this will be this is the West Knits surprise sock along. So if you don't want to watch or you don't want to see it, I thank you so much for being here today. Actually, I will put a timestamp here. I will talk a little bit about the projects that I'm planning on finishing. So move into or skip to this bit, and then you will see the last bit of talking that I have to do. So now I will show you the sock that I am working on. This is the Stephen West surprise sock along color blast. What is the name? Contrast blast socks. I am using leftovers, and I had one 50-gram ball of Drops Fabel, and here's my sock. It has this beautiful, maybe I should put it on the blocker. I just have this big one here, but I think we can manage. 1 second. Here. Now you can see better. I have highly variegated contrast color, and that's why it's a bit muggy. But I think it'll be fine, and well, it is what it is. I already used this for one vanilla pair of socks for Selma Little Big Knits, and I wanted to make a pair of socks for myself too, and I had this quite similar orange sock yarn also gifted by a friend, but I haven't done the whole leg portion of this, but that's because I have stumble little hobbit legs. My calves are pretty muscular. Maybe I can add a picture here. So I'm only 155 centimeters tall, short, and I need to make my socks shorter because I have a big difference between my ankle and my calf, so I had to stop here. It's already a longer leg that I would prefer for myself, but this is where I'm at. I just started the heel flap this morning, but you can barely see it. Sorry, I'm being really clumsy. So I have just started the heel flap, and I'm not on schedule with these, but that's okay. I took these with me for the holiday, and I worked on these in the car when I didn't want to hold anything big on my lap. And yeah, it's been such a fun project, and we'll see how quickly I will finish that project. So that was all the projects that I have, and the numbers were, I don't remember. I don't know what the numbers were. So I will attach a picture here. I made a list of those projects that I am planning on. Maybe I should add it this side. I made a list to those. Wow, I am struggling today. I made a list of those projects that I really want to finish in the next month. I will be dedicating 30 minutes a day to finish up all those things. The rest of the days I will work whatever I want, but because I want to start new projects, I feel like I need to clear out some of these things so that they don't weigh on my shoulders. And yeah, I hope this was interesting. This is me in its true sense. I think I did one WIP parade a year ago, and I hope you liked it. I hope you liked seeing my projects. You saw some of them you haven't seen in a long while. So that's everything I wanted to show you today. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments below how many WIPs you have, and are you going to reduce that count if you are a serial cast owner as I am. But as Ruth from Ruth Loves to Knit says, it's my knitting, I'll cast on if I want to. And I completely agree. It's just that all those little things are weighing on me, and now I feel like I need to finish off some of those WIPs, not because of someone else says so, but because I really want to. And at some point I was already below 10, and that's my aim now, to get to that number again. So I will be reducing that WIP count very soon, and I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you are not subscribed to my channel yet, you're welcome to do so, and give me a thumbs up if this was something that you liked and enjoyed. I will see you next time. Happy knitting. Bye.